Okay, folks, happy Saturday evening. Well, you guys are in for a treat or not. You're either going to like this live session or you're going to hate it. Because I got a lot of different stuff to talk about. I got a lot of different, none of it bad. It's all good stuff. And all kinds of different directions, all kinds of stuff I want to look at that I got. Take a close look at it. Just got back from the Recon convention that is still going on. I got there late yesterday and I left early today. So I wanted to come back and have more weekend. And I did manage to play in one game. What a haul. Watched your video. Yeah, I hope you can stay on here for a while because it's going to be a treat, man. It's going to be a treat. I don't know that I fully understand what I got, but I didn't spend a whole lot of money, and I got things that are kind of unavailable. So, and actually, since you watched the haul, and I'm not going to make another video about it, I'm going to start off with the stuff that I got after that haul, because I actually picked up some stuff this morning. Again, it's just like, if I don't buy this stuff really inexpensive, somebody else is going to. And if somebody else buys it, guess what? You guys don't get to see it. So, and I like, I like to say how much I paid for it so you realize why it is that I bought it. Because I keep myself on a pretty short leash and I have a lot of self-control. But if you're going to sell things at these prices, then I'm buying. Okay, because, some of these deals will just never be available again. So, Waffen SS Soldier. Hey, the Defenders of Europe. Not. This is an Osprey book, $5. And the reason I got this is because there is, and you can get this stuff online too. Look at this jackass. It's got really good illustrations of their camouflage. See if I can put it. I gotta look and see what I'm showing you so that I'm not getting a bunch of glare. Look at this. So when we get around to doing these, painting these assholes, we'll do their camouflage on there. I'm pretty sure I'm not gonna let people play the SS. They're gonna be the bad guys you're gonna have to try to defend against. So this, all in one place. So you guys know all this stuff, right? Any of you guys have played painted the Wehrmacht soldiers, you know all this stuff. Here's the dagger, the entrenching tool, the gas mask canister, right? That I don't know what the hell they used it for because nobody used gas. The only gas that got used in World War II was at a concentration camp, unfortunately. I always painted this black for some reason. So all of my soldiers have this that I've painted it black. Black leather for the... I'm not sure how many clips. This is not magazine. This is actually clips for the Mauser go in there. Probably 4 is my guess. Mess, the mess set, right? The top and the bottom. This felt cover on the canteen. Y straps. I saw this and I'm like, all right, it's, Bergman. You actually have that book. Okay. Here's somebody with a crooked spider. We're not going to show that on the video. See, that's the thing is, it's like, I was talking to somebody. It's like, hey, I did something with a crooked spider. And they thought that was my terminology I came up with. I said, no, that's the little girl from Sound of Music. I commandeered that. Yeah, I don't want to show that on the video because it'll get marked, and it's just automatic. They're, the robots are sitting there searching for crooked spider stuff, So I could tell you every time I mention that, the Germans, that they're Nazi assholes, it still wouldn't matter because it's edited by robots that aren't watching it. So if you have a problem with that, then you have to get real people to get involved, and they got busier things. They got other things to do other than that. They ditched the gas mask, quickly used it for storage, probably for ciggies and the ilk, as it was watertight. Huh. Okay, so I got that book this morning, not in a video. That was $5. Then these 4 books I got, these were either $8 a piece or 2 for $12. So I got them in pairs. So unfortunately, it's all German shit, you know, because everybody has a fetish with, and I don't mind the German stuff, but I want this kind of detail for the Allied stuff too. Like, why can't you do it for North Africa? You know? Anyhow, Panzerkampfwagen 3 and 4. These are all Concord books, and actually, it has a lot of black and white photos I've never seen before. So, in particular, I wanted to show you the color plate here of that sand color that I was using, the Mark III, that I painted the Mark III in. I think it's in this book. No, it's not. One of these has it in here. It's kind of like this, but it's also kind of not like that. Panzerkampfwagen 3 and 4. Panzer Division number 2, Eastern Front. I actually had to watch a video of what I bought at the last couple conventions to make sure I hadn't bought these. Because the other ones I bought, I never opened them. We all do the same shit. But you know what? They're in great shape. Black and white illustrations. Yeah, this is kind of the color I was talking about. That was on top of the gray. I'm not making a captured T-34. Just don't feel like doing it. Don't like doing captured vehicles. You can capture. I'm just not going to make one that's already captured. It's dumb whether it's the Allies capturing a Panther or the Germans capturing a Firefly. It just looks stupid to me. Then this one is Panzervor 3. I guess there's a 2 and a 1. I don't have them. One of these has. No, I didn't realize that the Germans were so prolific in using the brown camouflage on top of the Panzergrau. Even in France, I don't know. I don't do that. I don't do that stuff. And then Panzer on the Ostfront 41-43, which looks like it's part of that one, but it isn't. It's similar. It's similar but the same. This is the illustration that has that sand color over the. Yeah. Base color is Dunkelgrau with a disruptive pattern in a lighter color, possibly one of the 4 tropical colors introduced in 41 and 43, and used on some panzers shipped to the southern sectors of the Ostfront. The probable time that the photo in which this plate is based was created precludes the use of Dunkelgelb, which was not officially part of the inventory until February 43. So that's not Dunkelgelb. Anyhow, $6 each of these. I just couldn't pass that up. So that didn't show up in the video. So the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to do what I would have done if I had not gotten anything at this convention. And that is give these T-34-85s the brown wash, because I can't do anything else with them until that is done, and that's going to take some drying time. And then we probably won't mess with them again tonight. You know, I'll let them dry overnight. I didn't want to give them the brown wash too soon after airbrushing them, but I think they've had a little bit of time to do their thing. And then we'll have to make some more green stuff and do that and add those things on there, and then we can go on and I got snack bags here. What does that mean? Well, if you watch the unboxing, you know that I got a bunch of pieces parts. That's actually what I'm the most excited about. I know that sounds weird, but that's just basically garbage. Somebody gave me a bunch of garbage, and I'm going to make that stuff shine. It was okay. I played one game. I played a game by Stan Johansson it's a Car Wars type game called Road Warrior? Road Warrior. Road Warrior. And I took some pictures of it. And here's me in the lead. I ended up winning by... I was the only one that didn't activate the weapons. You had to run over a certain spot to activate the weapons. And it was the first time I missed my piloting thing. It wasn't a lot, but I just swerved in a position where... Yeah, here's... It was a fun game. It was a fun game, just, you know... It was the death race scenario. It was on a pretty big table. It was 5 players? The lighting in there's poor. It's not really bad, but it's pretty bad compared to what I'm used to. So, okay. So let's cut the crap and let's get this going. So make sure I get the right one. We want dark tone. All right, and we're gonna use this as long as there's no roughage on here. And I don't want to lay it on these things. I'll use one of them as a backup plan in case something goes sideways. But I'm going to get some paper towels, and I'll have them dry on the paper towels. Oh, but one of these is probably going to get contaminated. Okay, well, whatever. We'll move those to the side. I ran into a guy who was there. This has never happened before. He was a 3D printer, but he didn't want to print anybody there. He was just there selling his designs. And I told him about that I'm probably going to get somebody to 3D print stuff for me. I'm not in that much of a hurry for that anymore. I've got any 20 millimeter World War II games out there? Absolutely not. I'm the only loon that does that. No, there have been people that have done it before, but not this time. Make sure to switch chats. Okay, perfect. Thank you. Live chat. Let's see what we got here. The Soviets claimed the Germans used gas near Sevastopol when the last defenders were driven into the mines. I don't think there's ever been any convincing evidence supporting that claim. Huh. Yeah, I don't know why that was blocked. Controversial. He said Russian. All right, let's use this. This one should do. And see how quickly we can get through this and have this stuff start drying. I just fucked up. That's the black equivalent. Strong tone. Dark tone is the black equivalent, which I haven't really messed with. Well, it'll stay there. Let's try this again. Doing something simple. Take 2, action. No, nobody does 20 millimeter World War II. There's one guy that's from South Florida that does it. He plays a different set of rules. And, but he wasn't there. And then there was 2 people that I wasn't I thought for sure they wouldn't be there because they had to get through the storm to get there. But they actually showed up early. Like they left, like one of them like got there Tuesday. So. Yeah, if I do this too soon, it'll end up washing all this stuff off. I know I probably shouldn't do this until I put the little toe hooks, but I'll deal with it. Because I got some toe hooks ready. Not a lot. I don't want to sit there and put this off for too much longer. But honestly, the reason I even messed with this was because I wanted to play with the airbrush. Sometimes you just feel like airbrushing. And sometimes you don't. And you know, I don't know if you noticed, I got another T-34-85 in that grab bag. That's just what I needed. But these are actually good looking. The other one is, the BP cast stuff's not very good. It'll end up looking just fine by the time I'm done with it, but it's gonna take some filler. For sure. It's gonna take some filler. And I already tried to read up as much as I could about the Special Naval Landing Force Japanese Marines. We might need more of this than I figured we would. So much good kit out there these days. Surprising. Maybe 20mm is more of a European thing. It is. We have too many dopes here that play Warhammer. So everything's 28, 28, 20. There's a guy that had all kinds of stuff he had pre-printed for the convention. There were so many 28mm vehicles. Sorry. Not interested. But you know, when I find something, like one guy had a Bren carrier, he didn't want to deal with it anymore. It was $1. I'm like, sold. How were those? I don't know. I haven't taken them out yet. You want me to do that? You want me to open them up first? I'll take pictures and show you. I thought there was some kind of elite infantry, like there were some badasses or something. Apparently, it's just sailors with, hey sailor, with weapons. So I don't think that they were like Ubermensch or anything like that. I haven't looked at them. I haven't opened the package. If you want, we can do that first. I'll put together the BP cast vehicles, and I have a feeling I'll be on here a couple hours. There's a lot of that. I haven't looked at the stuff. I really haven't looked at it in detail. So I went ahead and pulled my contacts out so we can see all the warts and all that they have. Yeah, the SHQ stuff has really good detail. It's crisp. It's almost like GHQ crispness. This actually looks really good with the wash. It might recede a little bit, but... And this is the one that doesn't have the hatch in the top that it fell off. It's around here somewhere. If not, I have a spare one. Take your time. Well, only reason I'm starting on this is if I want to complete something tomorrow, it's probably going to be a T-34-85. these that has a piece of wood there. But once I got the Japanese, I started looking at palm trees. It didn't take long. It doesn't cost anything to look at it. You know, I was talking to a couple different people, and some are like, "Oh yeah, just get them from Temu," and I'm like, "I'm not going to get them from Temu. What is it? Temu, Temu?" I'm not giving them my information. They can go fly a kite. I'll just pay more for the same thing through Amazon. But giving them to who knows who that there's no recourse sounds like a bad idea. And I don't know if I'm going to do the palms individually like I did the other trees. I have a feeling I'm not. I'm going to put them on bases and, you know, have like a little hill, so to speak. I saw a video, one guy was using it. We used cork to make it and then stuck the palm trees on. I think I may do that. I don't know. We'll do one set of them whenever we get around to doing that and see if I like it. And if I do, that's how I'll do them. If I don't, then I won't do them that way. But I'm pretty sure I'm going to use my Japanese for, I think Manila is what I'm going to do. Luzon. I think Luzon's what I'm going to do. With the option of doing Burma also. Make people play Japanese. All right, today's mission, you have to run up against a tank and blow yourself up. Oh, I didn't do the turret, otherwise I'd be halfway done. Yeah, it doesn't take long. But I do need more paper towels. Wherever they went. Did they get stolen from here? You go fish them out. And it's because no rosas. And it's, you know. Yeah, it's the pieces parts is what I'm really excited about because it's basically just garbage. Now, once again, I have two Panthers I don't have a barrel for. That happened to me at the I don't know if you guys remember, in the estate sale, I got a Matchbox. No, an Airfix Panther. I think it's the Airfix one. I don't know. It didn't have a barrel at all, so I had to go get one from Aber, ABER. So that tank cost me an $8 barrel or whatever. I'm afraid I'm going to have to do the same thing. But I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to finish the tank without the barrel and see if it's worthy, because there's a lot of paint on some of those things. There's a lot of glop paint on there. We're going to assume that they used acrylic paint, and we're going to attempt to use hand sanitizer to take some of that thickness off. I don't know if it'll work. If it doesn't, well, that was just free stuff anyways. We don't have to build it, but it'd be pretty cool to do another couple of Panthers. And it's not because I need that many Panthers. It's just it's an opportunity to do another paint scheme on them. And you know, I mean, everybody likes Panthers, except that one guy. It's that same guy who doesn't like Spitfires. Oh, I don't like the Panther tanks. I think they're ugly. Oh, you're that Spitfire guy, aren't you? The guy who doesn't like Spitfires. Everybody likes Spitfires. Even the people that were shot down by a Spitfire like the Spitfire. Good evening, MP Model Plastic. And it's late in Portugal. Okay. And we'll do the turret for this one. Yeah, this is a pain to get off your fingers, and so is the Vallejo primer. So the fact that you can take them both off with hand sanitizer is very helpful. And like I mentioned before, one of these T-3485s is going to be an OT 3485. It's going to be a flamethrower one, not the one with open hatch. No, you need to be buttoned up for that. Two left to go. Yes, I'm painting T-3485 Russian tanks from SHQ. I got these at an estate sale. That's an estate that, you know, somebody passed away and their family is selling this stuff. And it was a couple of years ago. I didn't know the person, but they showed up at the convention. And I picked up about 50 T-34s between 76s and 85s. And I've painted probably 30 of them. I've painted a good bit of them. They're 176, unfortunately, but you know, I mix them both. I prefer 172nd just because figures are, you know, if all figures were the size of like Airfix figures, yeah, 176 is fine, but you know, they're all like heroic and shit, so the figures are a little larger than people are in real life, so you make up for it by having a little bit larger vehicles, so they look more correct. What version? T30 85 millimeter. These six are 85 millimeter. I've got two of them I've already done, and I have probably over 20 of the 76 millimeter version. So after I'm done with these six, I have no more T-3485s from SHQ that I got in that estate sale. But I did get one in the grab thing that I got. There's another one in here. Last one. Oh no, we still got to do this turret. So I gained another T-3485. So we're going to put some of the stuff together that I got this weekend. Even if I'm not going to prime it yet, I want to see what the stuff looks like together. But we're going to look at those Japanese soldiers first, because I haven't even taken them out of the package. I mean, after I wash up, this is like, yeah, it's not too bad. So we're going to do this wash, and then when this wash is dried, we'll come back and re-dry brush over. And this also protects the base green color. Yeah, because this stuff's on there pretty thick. All right, last one. You're working on the Berev 6 Maj Russian hydroplane. Is that the nickname for it, the Maj? Look out, it's Maj is coming. Is that a World War II plane? I like the look of most Russian things. I think they're mostly attractive. The ugliest Russian vehicle, I would say, is probably those things that carry those aerosans or whatever that carry the troops across Lake Lagoda. Those are ugly as shit. That's the duck equivalent for the Soviets. But all the other Soviet vehicles are, their trucks are ugly. Their gas trucks are ugly, but, they were. I mean, I don't like them. I don't like how they look, but that doesn't mean I don't have any. That's what they used. And I got one of those with quad machine guns. That's actually, I'm pretty happy to get that because I've seen that come up in different scenarios. Okay, now I'm going to scooch this over here and that over here. We're going to rinse this, close this, wipe as much of this as we can, and use the hand sanitizer. And let's go take a look at those Japanese figures. That didn't take long. I guess I'm supposed to mold those things. Well, that can wait till tomorrow. I don't feel like doing that. Sure enough, I went to the convention, people begging me to get back into DBA. I'm like, I'm not playing DBA again. I'm not. Nope. Unlike everybody else, when I say I'm not going to do something, I'm not going to do it. And you keep asking, I won't do it in the rest of this life or the next. I've done all I could do with that. And sure enough, I think they got maxed out at like 6 players or something like that. You just can't get enough. You just can't get 14 people to play it. Used for anti-submarine operations. Well, that's cool. All right, we're going to move that to the side. We're going to move this to the side. We're going to get this the hell out of here. We're going to move this the hell out of here. Now, I'm truly going to be doing a little bit of everything tonight. Because one of the things I want to bring up is when I airbrush these guys, I went and pulled all of the stuff that I had out there that I had worked on that I had basically base coated. Because I'm airbrushing stuff, but I'm still mostly a hand painter. The airbrushing is just to get the base color on there. Depth charges and torpedoes. Ooh. Are the Russian torpedoes worth a damn? So let's take a look at these battlefield miniatures. That, by the way, bought $2 for this pack. That's the only pack they had. Code JM. And I think there's 8 guys in here. Special Naval Landing Force. And one guy's got a submachine gun. I think it's a Bergman, honestly. Hardest thing I've had to do today is open this damn packaging. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. There's 8 guys. All right, what do we got? We got a... This guy looks freaking great. He's got like a little badge or something on his arm. I'll line these guys up and take a picture of them. He's got a submachine gun. This guy's got a rifle. These are great figures. This guy's got a submachine gun. He's pointing out. I don't know if it's their MP100 or whatever it is, or it's a Bergman, but it looks like a Bergman. Here's another guy with a submachine gunner. So there's 3 guys with submachine guns, and 1 with an Arisaka. Here's another Arisaka guy. Looks like he's got a grenade too. Commander with a sword, can't have too many of those. And a pistol, which has got to be a Nambu. The sword is better, it won't jam on him like the Nambu will. A guy with an Arisaka and the little cap with the little neck protectors on it. A cute little nip. And this guy is kind of charging with a rifle. So 4 riflemen, 3 submachine gunners, and a commander. All right, let's take a picture of this thing. They look very good. Let's see if we can get their faces. They got really good faces. And here's the other one. They look pretty good. Oh, this guy's got a rank. This guy's got 2 stripes. Cool. I like it when they have the stripe already on him. That way I don't have to pretend that he's not. You're painting light green on top and aluminum on the bottom of fuselage. Go ahead and put in a flight position support. You're painting light green on top. Aluminum, really? Aluminum on the bottom of a fuselage, huh? Well, that's them. This is, remember this little Horch sidecar, the Horch car here that was already pre-built? What I did is I took the AK masking stuff and left it and masked over the windshield so the windshield's not covered. And I came back and sprayed it. When I look at it again, this is melted because of the heat in the garage. So we're going to attempt to peel this out. And hopefully it'll do okay. Okay, we'll just have to hand primer the rest. You could still see this god-awful poor man's Dunkelgelb color that was on here. No, I don't want that on the floor. And then the whole floorboard of this thing is full. I was thinking about the other day, I was talking about how the duck is so damn ugly. And there's something I came across with last night, but I didn't post anything about it. I forget what it was. It must have not been that juicy if I don't remember it. You love the Battlefield figures? I love most of them. Some of them I don't. But it's rare. You have some German infantry and late war paratroopers. That's all. I don't have any paratroopers at all. I have no paratroopers of any nationality. All right, where's that goop thing that fell down here? There it is. I have no paratroopers. I don't have U.S. paratroopers. I don't have Fallschirmjägers. Oh man, this is stuck down here. You know, I think we can get it out. We just need patience. I wonder if I can. Yep. It sticks to itself better than anything else. So we'll just come in here. Oh, there's some down here. Push that out through there. Yeah, I just turned on the news today when I got back home. I didn't realize all that flooding happened in North Carolina. You get any flooding up there where your family is at in Virginia there? Very much. Figures for Africa Corps. Gonna make a little diorama. Yeah, almost everybody likes that 888 with a cruciform platform. I might actually have to take this apart to be able to get this out. But it's just a matter of getting it. It's not sticky per se. Well, it is sticky, but yeah, it doesn't leave any residue. This stuff's behaving like taffy, but if this was taffy, you'd never get it out. No, but your brother lives in St. Pete and his home got flooded really bad. Wow. Yeah, and St. Pete didn't get any wind. That was just storm surge. Yeah, my daughter got evacuated on the second, on Tuesday. I'm sorry, not the second, on Tuesday. And they just cleared him to go back. So we didn't even have her come up here. We just sent her to the grandmother in Miami, where there's no issues. Be right back in 1 second. Well, when I was driving today, I realized I've got a problem that I'm going to run into, and that is I don't have enough American stars. All right. Let's see if I have this. Let's see if I have this handy. E-Durable 6-piece screwdriver set triangle head. I don't know why they use triangle heads, but they do. So it's literally, this is the shape of the bit. It's not Phillips, which is what it should be. It's triangle head. And let's see if this one fits on there. Nope, it's smaller. I hope one of them isn't missing. I want to say it's the light blue ones I want to use last time. Why did I put things back? It might be in that container, not in here. Oh, this one fits in there just fine. So let's unscrew this bad boy. I got so many of these vehicles and wanted to take them apart, I had to order a screwdriver set for them. Okay, well this allows me to access this better. Oh, boom, took it out. Boom, took it out, okay. Now, does this fall apart? Yep. And here's the problem. You've got this, looks like that stuff from, who is it, Venom? That's what it looks like. It looks like the parasite Venom shit. That black inky stuff. Okay, that's done. That side's done. Maybe access it from the bottom. Let's see. Yeah, if stuff's taking too long, they shouldn't change tack. Okay. We're golden now. We're going to take these screws, and I'm going to put them up here, which is a very difficult place to lose something unless we have an earthquake. And I'm going to just set this back together because it might be a lot easier to paint the. I mean, I already took it apart. It might be a lot easier to paint the seats and stuff in there. Quicker. So we're going to set this over here, and we're going to put this with the rest of this stuff, which should be in here. Like I said, it should be in here. I don't think I left it out there. Yeah, here it is. And here's the hatch to the T-34, so I'm just going to drop that over here. All right, that's complete. All right, where to next? Yeah, and this is like self-leveling. So I'm gonna put that there, and when you come back in the morning, it'll end up being one piece. counter scheme. This goes up here. That was actually the most expensive thing I bought. Now, I already have one of these Gaz 67 Jeeps, but mine didn't come with a driver. I don't think it did. What the hell's snap crackle popping? All right. The Bren carry is going to take longer than anything else. Oh, these have 50 caliber machine guns. That's cool. Let's not do the Jeep. Let's not do the half track or the gas truck. Let's get the two Shermans done. Actually, I should do the T-34-85. Let's do a Sherman. Let's do some American stuff. So there's a 76 millimeter Sherman and a 75 millimeter Sherman. Let's pull this 75 millimeter Sherman out. These are not the best, but like I said, I got all this stuff for 20 bucks, plus all the extra parts. Do not place in mouth. Oh man. Clean all flash and bubbles. Okay. Warp pieces can be corrected by dipping in hot water by heating with a blow dryer. Use super glue or epoxy to assemble. Okay, so I'm gonna take a picture of this so you can see how crude this is. But I got some crude stuff that turned out just fine, so. See if we can get all this in the same picture. Come on, rotate. It's pretty crude. There's bubbles and shit like that. But it's better than the Frontline one. The Frontline ones are extra terrible. We're going to attempt to use super glue, because I don't want to pull out the epoxy for all this. And we're going to use Vallejo plastic putty. First thing I notice is it doesn't smell like mothballs. I have some of their stuff that smells like mothballs, and it's terrible. You like the stowage? Well, it makes, I wouldn't want to buy multiple of these because the stowage is always in the right place. But you know what? This is going to look like none of the ones that I have. Cromwell. Oh no. This it might remind you of it, but no. Cromwell is. They're not. If they're not the best, they're basically the best as far as I'm concerned. If they had been 1/72nd scale and a little bit less expensive, that's the go-to thing. They blow everybody away. They're really, really good. You know, but the inside has no detail. It's okay. It doesn't have to have it. It's for wargaming. This fits on there pretty well. It's got lots of bubbles here. Let me get the X-Acto knife. We're gonna have to vacuum in here. So I have a feeling late in 44, the proportion of 76 millimeter armed Shermans is probably 1-to-1. There's probably equal number of them, as far as I can tell. That's going to go like that. This is going to go like, oh, oh, yeah, there we go. This goes up front. This one goes here. The turret. The cannon. And the 50. And it says it goes back here, but I don't know about all that. We got lots of Sherman. We have lots of Sherman reference books. We got lots of stuff on Sherman. Sherman in action. This one actually has a 30 cal on the top. I thought they all had 50s. Let's go to M4A3. M4A1. None of the ones on the color plate actually have a photo of them. Radio's back here. And a lot of these actually don't have them posted pictures of them. I think the pintle mount goes on all around there. All right. No, Cromwell doesn't exist anymore. No, they're the gold standard. But they're all 176th. You know, but so are these T-34s. 85s. All right, let's look at the running gear. Does anything here need to be cleaned up? No. Damn bubbles. And Cromwell is basically bubble free. Britannia stuff had bubbles too. Not nearly as bad as this. here. Yeah. God, is it tapered a little bit? It's kind of hard to tell. It should be. I think this is the front. Clean some of this stuff underneath here. I know some of you guys can't stand building models. I'd rather build a model than have all these issues I gotta clean up because the manufacturer didn't do a very good job or something like that. Very crude 50 caliber machine gun. I'm gonna put it there. Let's get the it looks like it goes all the way around on a little ring. Where is this? Let's hopefully we already have one that we like on there. I'm gonna drill out the whole machine gun. Not included. I feel like this isn't drilling into it at all. And this resin isn't that durable. Which means I'm probably not going to be able to drill into that one. Let's get it started. How big is that post? It's bigger than that. I'm gonna do the same thing here with a radio. Okay. Now this should be able to fit in here nicely. And it does. Okay. that's probably how we're going to put it. Something like that. Let's see if we can pull this off with a super glue. Now let's see how the gap filling is on there. I'm going to attempt to glue it on here, but I don't know that I'm going to be very successful. So we're going to put there, a bit there, a little bit there. 1, 2, 3, 4. Super glue. I don't like super glue. I don't like super glue. I don't like super glue. Now, let's see if I can do this. Got one of these laying around here. One of these rubbers. No. Well, then we'll do without one. I don't like super glue. Okay. Look, I didn't get any on me. This is the M4A3. Throw that away. Don't need that. We'll go and do all the Viejo putty at once. Okay. So this should be, this is the M4A3 76 millimeter. And unfortunately, the stowage is exactly the same, which means we'll have to modify one of these with green stuff to make the stowage different. JJ, what's up? What are your tanks for? Any specific game? I just do skirmish World War II gaming. Just got back from a game convention. Actually, it's still going on. And picked up all this stuff for 20 bucks. So, somebody else didn't know what to do with this, and I do. This actually works better. Yeah, this one smells of mothballs. Yeah, this is definitely going to need some loving. I got extra logs and stuff. So one of these, you know, we can put extra logs on one of them and not on the other. Yeah, see, look at the sloppy fit on there. Oh, that's nothing. I got some of these things for $1. You know, this, we're going to work our way over. These are the 57 millimeter, basically a 6-pounder, but these are the US ones. They're slightly crude. They're from a company called Lizard's Grin from the 1970s, I think. But actually, the crude figures aren't bad. $1 each of these. Like, done. I'll put some here, but I don't think it's going to. I don't think it's going to touch. If this falls apart once, it's getting epoxied. I just didn't want to mix all the epoxy up, and then have it up here in my space. But the convention had so much 28 millimeter everything, including vehicles. All kinds of 3D printed vehicles. Nothing in my scale. That's okay. I don't really need anything. Kept me from buying anything unnecessarily. I wasn't going to buy too many $20 vehicles, anyways. White Barnes, what's happening, man? Yeah, it has been a while, man. How you doing, Mr. White? You started a skirmish gaming club at your local. Let me put my glasses on. At your local library over the summer, and one of the guys in the group was bringing a tank battle game this week. Although don't recall the name of it. Maybe it's Achtung Panzer. That one seems to be all the rage right now, but oh, this one you can actually tell with them. Well, you want you to put the machine gun. You want to put it here. Yeah, put it there. Let's see if it's on there deep enough. Yeah, I think so. And I really don't care what rule set people have, but some people are just always in search of the next rule set. And I'm just thinking, like, you know, how many times did you play this rule set you don't like before you realize you don't like it? Because there's a good chance you're playing it wrong, the game wrong. But some people are just nomadic, and they're going to move from game to game no matter what. And this is the 76 millimeter gun barrel, which is oh so crude. And it needs to be drilled out. Let's get this out of the way. I wish it was plastic. It's so much easier to drill plastic. But I think, nope, that's pretty thick. Let's continue with this one. This guy disappeared off the face of the earth. This is actually a vendor we used to have all the time. This one actually has a muzzle brake on it. It's a 76 with a muzzle brake. Doesn't have the Easy 8 suspension. So this is going to be like a Sherman that was more like around Battle of the Bulge, that kind of time period. So much easier to work with plastic. I said you don't have to use all kinds of ridiculous amount of horsepower pushing down on it with plastic. I still don't like plastic figures though, if given a choice. So several people couldn't understand why I'd only played one game of the convention and didn't care if I played in any other ones. I just was playing something just to kill time, honestly. I ended up having a good time, but I'm going to go ahead and cut this down a little bit. It's just a smidgen. Because now it'll fit flush. And then we'll do the same thing we did the other day, which is balance this. And then that's going to be the 50 cal for that one. Throw that away. Now, I got an interesting little wrinkle. And I'm not going to build the T-34-85 yet because I'm actually use the running gear for the 76 millimeter T-34. If the running gear is the same. And I'm not sure. We'll have to come to that when we get there. A Jeep with a 50 cal. You've not picked up a brush for 10 months. Oh man. How come? What else are you going to be doing? This is the GAZ truck. Soviet truck. We got a crew member? It's got a couple crew members. Okay. You got a cab. You got a couple of wheels that go here. You got a couple of wheels that go in the back, but what the hell do they attach to? They expect you just to hook them on like this and there's nothing in between them? That's really freaking shoddy. That's really freaking shoddy. These figures aren't horrible. But there's nothing in between here. And my GAZ trucks that I have, they don't come with anything extra. COVID messed you up. Sorry to hear that. Let me take a look at the other GAZ trucks I have. One that has the dual tires, maybe. Let me get one of each here. These are from Plastic Soldier Company. This one's got dualies in the back. Well, they're both dualies. This just has a single set. So that's like supposed to be this one. It's totally different dimensions. But see, this is supposed to have something back down there. I can't just glue these things up here and there's nothing in between them. So we're going to have to build something, even if it's rudimentary and it's made out of balsa wood or basswood or something. So we're going to punt on this one. That doesn't mean we're not going to build it. It just means that it's more involved than I want to get into right this moment. Okay, this turret glued, this barrel glued now. Yes. Not a very good, it's not a very good model, but it'll end up looking just fine. When the turret ring's messed up too, it'll end up being fine. All right, in this one, we have the hole for it up here. So I'm just gonna glue it. Let me put it in a way that this hatch, when it opens, okay, so if that's messed up, I wonder if this is. Yeah, these figures aren't half bad. This is an open bed gaz truck. And again, it has nothing on there. It's like it's just sitting on two fake wheels. Like, that doesn't look right. Brenny, typical, does not have oh, is this the same one that I have? Well, I don't want it to have a Vickers machine gun on it. I may not put that on there. Put this one back. That's the T30. $485. Well, I'm actually going to have to stop. All of a sudden I've just got hit by like this. I did not sleep consistently last night. I slept like at 1 hour increments. It's 9. I'm not gonna go freaking sleep at 9. I'll be right back. Let me go make some coffee. Bear with me. Yeah, I will. I had to do the same thing with. Well, I'll show you guys. Some of you guys probably don't remember. Some things are just shitty. But you know, you either throw them away or you make the best of what you have. And this is one of those items that was just, you're probably not going to be able to tell it much because it's on a base. But if you look at the back of this, it did not come, it came with the tracks. It came with the tracks and the hull. But nothing in between them. So I took big chunks of wood and made something that went together between them. And that's probably what I'm going to have to do with a GAZ truck. Magnet. This is a raffle. This is an ugly vehicle, an ugly casting of an ugly vehicle. Just all around unattractive vehicle. Got a nice gun though. Pack 40 can punch somebody right in the face. So the GAZ truck, and I'm not going to get the wood out right now. That's probably what I'm going to have to do. But if you look at this, this is really subpar quality. Let me see if I can take a picture of it. It's got a lot of stuff to fill. This is going to look terrible, just so you know. Look at the intake of the engine on the side. Looks like it's made out of part of a Chex Mix. So, hey Maroon, how you doing? So this is not very good, but I'm sure we'll probably do okay with it. Now we use super glue. Is this glued? Okay, yeah, it is. So I don't want to grab the wood that I put away. But that's what we're going to do is we're probably going to use pieces of basswood and build kind of a superstructure underneath there. Yep, going through all the stuff. And a lot of it is just shitty. It'll look okay, but it's shitty. All right, let's start with this guy. There, and a bubble there, and a bubble there, and a bubble there. MMS stuff also, they also work in resin. I don't know if they're still around or not. I think they are. And they have a fair amount of bubbles, but not like this. Now, there's some items in here that need to be removed. Like that. That one. Now, where's that little brush we were using the other day? We could just smooth stuff out. You believe MMS recently stopped all production. Random question. Do you think a modern warfare of DBA is possible? Well, I don't do DBA anymore, but I did it enough to have an opinion about it. I think it is. I think there's a game that is relatively popular called AK-47. AK-47 Republic. And it's DBA-like. I gotta believe it's less abstract. Is it made by Peter Pig? It may be made by Peter Pig. It has a pretty big following. Although I've never seen anybody play it at a convention or something like that, but AK-47 Republic is DBA-like basing. You build your own nation. You can have a certain kind, whether you have a spiritual leader, you have a dictator, or different types of government. And that's just in a modern Africa type setting. They make DBA for whatever it's called for, like World War II. I mean, that would be like, totally not for me, but I found it hard to balance helicopters. Hello from Australia. New DBA and hot are nearly out, I believe. You guys have fun with that. Went to the convention, and once again, the people were like, hey, you sure you don't want to play a game? I said, nope. I said I wasn't going to play it again. And I'm not going to play it again. I mean, I don't poo-poo people that play it either. I'm just, stop trying to convert me. I played it for 18 years, played over 2,500 games, and it's time to move on to something different. I'm going to do what I'm going to do. And if people want to do that, that's cool. And if you don't, well, then that's cool too. But yeah, they got DBA rules for like World War II. Hell, they got one for like naval warfare. Like, definitely not something I'd want to play, but not my cup of tea. Watching your channel got me back at DBA DBN after hiatus. I'm Gunna's friends involved after they rage quit Warhammer. I love that term, rage quit. I don't know. I've seen some of the people that play Warhammer. I don't want to play Warhammer. You know, the thing that really disappoints me about Warhammer is that why are people are interested in like fantasy and science fiction when you can you can play something that really happened, ish. Yeah, it's funny. You found out about my DBA stuff on my channel, but the guy that was taking over the stuff for Florida didn't even know that we had videos out there for DBA. That's pretty fucking embarrassing. Oh, we only have hundreds of videos out there. Oh well. Somebody else's problem now. All right, that's probably good enough. Now let's look at this 76 millimeter. We'll end up doing something different down here, putting tarps on one of them or whatever, just to make them look a little bit differently. What was that? I don't know. That was that. That's what it sounded like. I never saw the appeal personally for Warhammer, but then again, I've always been in history, so I suppose it's set in stone that I want to do historical. Discovering your channel since June, still going through it. The best thing is, I'd say, is go and start the earliest videos that we did and move forward. I don't like games where if it's a World War II game, your figure's this big, however size it is, and you only throw a grenade like this far. Like, so you mean the guy can only throw a grenade like, 10 feet? Oh, well, it's abstracted. Well, why is the game abstracted if you're using individual people? You know, that's just not for me. I did say bolt action, right? Can't remember if I said flames of war. I actually never played it, but I've seen it played. Just like I've never played Crossfire, but I saw Crossfire played. It's not for me. was heavy into it in my younger days, but I got burnt out because it's expensive to keep and the rules are a mess. I could go on, but I want to keep the chat civil. Yeah, I mean, I grew up at a time period. I like their miniatures, or used to like their miniatures. They just make things for a period. I'm not interested in science fiction and fantasy, but if I was, that's probably who I'd use. Yeah, there's a lot of really good looking fantasy stuff. As a matter of fact, I caught a glimpse of some fantasy figures. I don't remember who they are, but they were like Goblin Riders or something like that. It wasn't Games Workshop, but they look good. They look really cool. Crossfire and BattleTech were your first games in '96. Yeah, I played not BattleTech in the late '80s, early '90s. I thought it was pretty decent. I'm not a big fan of the bell curve, but we played it. We didn't play it on the hex board. We played it with inches. We played it like, oh, if you're 6 hexes away, it was 6 inches or whatever it was. So we played, just like a regular war game thing, and we had a lot of fun with it. It's a decent game. But it's another one of those games you go way off in the future, and things are infinitely less accurate than they are now. Well, that's because they're not, the what is it, Star World, Starcom, whatever it is. Oh, they lost the technology. Yeah, well, that stuff's only slightly better than the other things. You got this vehicle that's extremely inaccurate. I was reading this book that I'm reading on Audible is about some tankers in the Second World War, and they were talking about the Panther. That the Panther was trying to set up an ambush, and the ideal range for the Panther to shoot at enemy tank is about 700 meters. They said at that range that they could put every shell through a 12-inch plate would hit it every time. Obviously the target's not moving and the Panther's not moving either. And that seems a bit extreme, but regardless, those are much more accurate weapons than they are in BattleTech. But BattleTech, if I want to play BattleTech, I'll play the BattleTech video game, which is excellent. The one made by Harebrained Studios or whatever the hell it's called. I played that quite a bit. I played the original game quite a bit, but I played the computer game quite a bit. It's a good game. It looks really good. Has the right feel. Sometimes you'll get a game and either it won't play well. I'm talking about a computer game that's been ported from a miniatures game, and something isn't right. Either the interface isn't right, or it just doesn't feel like the same, how it doesn't feel like it should feel to you. There was a game called Squad Leader, and it was the original Squad Leader, which most of us have played, great game, and some of us even played Advanced Squad Leader, great game. And in the late '90s, maybe early 2000s, they came up with a game called Squad Leader. It's supposedly based on the Squad Leader game from Avalon Hill, and it's not. It's completely different. You're moving individual soldiers, and it's clunky, and it's not very good. I got it. It's not very good. Just because it's named something doesn't mean going to have a huge following. Yeah, I mean, the really thing about confusing about BattleTech is they've got new BattleTech out, right? With like resin figures, and I don't know if they're compatible with the old miniatures and then it was like a HeroClix type BattleTech. I'm like, oh my gosh, that's just too much. Your dad got me into simulations at an early age. He had Jane's Military Sims for the PC in the 90s. It was only natural I was drawn to historical games on the tabletop. So your dad was a war gamer, huh? a chunk down here. I mean, these are very crude. They're gonna look fine once they're finished. Once they're painted. Once I do my magic. All this stash makes you think I should get some unfinished works and work on them. Of course, nothing would finish if I do that. Yeah. Well, I just feel like assembling these, but man, I'm falling asleep something fierce. Even without coffee, so. I've got this. I've got a Gaz 67 Jeep painted up. I don't have the driver though. Well, these look good with the brown wash. That's what that will mess with that in the morning. What's this driver look like? Yeah, I do have one of these dirt bags. Might make this one with the window up. Yeah, I think I'm gonna call it a night. I just had a cup of coffee. Great. Now I can't sleep tonight either. Now I'll go to sleep. I just wake up every hour. So here's the T34s that we have. And 1/76. And then of course all the other stuff is 20 mil. Maybe I'll wake up in the morning and get motivated to build these GAZ trucks. But I gotta wake up some. But anyways, rebuilding died for Waters, played Cold War Commander and Team Yankee. Oh. He had every title ever made by SSI. Cool, man. All right, folks, thanks for stopping by. We'll catch you guys in the morning.